You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska. Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny skies to start, and a chance of showers and storms this afternoon. Otherwise breezy with falling temps and a high around 92. Tonight, showers and storms likely with a low around 64. And tomorrow, continued chance of showers and storms with a high around 75. Meteorologist Kyle Cook for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, as always, comes 6 o'clock, and this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. We got the host, as always, to my left. If you guys ever want to join in, feel free to do so. That's 402-464-5685. And again, we'll be on the brick and mortar on the airwaves. The next game for the College World Series has been postponed until tomorrow morning. So that is going to go ahead and wrap up the games for tonight. But you can still hang out the Blur parties. If you got tickets there for today, they will still be open, weather pending, until midnight. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring him in. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going on this Tuesday night as we've just been sitting on the verge of a storm for like the past hour?
It's going great. It's going great. Glad to be in the studio. Glad to be here. We got a great show coming up. To start off, of course, we're going to do quarter century wisdom. Coming up, segment 2 and possibly segment 3, we'll have a special guest on giving us some health facts. We call it Warrior Within Wellness Tips. That's what we call it.
Yeah,
but,
WWW.
But to start off the show, quarter century wisdom. So I watched something interesting today. It was an interview between Tucker Carlson. He broke away from Fox News and is doing his own thing, interviewing some high profile guests. And he was interviewing the president of El Salvador. And prior to this, yeah, Queet maybe look this up, so I'm not butchering his name. I'm not going to even attempt it. But he's the president of El Salvador, or yes, El Salvador.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to say his last name.
Nayib. Let's just call it Mr. Nayib. And it was a phenomenal interview. So the problem that El Salvador was having in the past was that they were one of the most dangerous countries and in the Western Hemisphere. And so within 3 years, they became the safest country in the Western Hemisphere in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Tucker Carlson is like, how did you do it? And so it was phenomenal. He said in a press conference in front of the what was that, like when the presidents give a speech? I guess it was like a speech, or is there another?
We're talking about the El Salvador presidents.
Yeah, is there an official term for when a president goes before his nation?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of terms.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like in El Salvador politics.
I'm not
tell you.
Yeah, I'm not
addressing
sure.
the nation. We can just call it that.
He addressed the nation, and he said 3 points. I don't know what the last two was, but the first one was that to continue, because he already got El Salvador to a safe place. Now, El Salvador, actually, their murder rate is lower than America. It's lower than Canada. It's lower than all these neighboring countries. And the Tucker Carlson's like, how'd you do it? And his first point was, I seek God's wisdom. And Tucker Carlson's like, really? Like, and he was like, wouldn't that be the first thing anyone does? Like, that should be the first thing anyone does. This is the president of El Salvador saying this. I see God's wisdom first. And I just thought it was amazing. Like, I was like blown away by the whole interview. He's obviously talking about how he kind of defeated MS-13 in his in El Salvador. And he was like, well, I realized that it was a spiritual battle. And once I realized that MS-13, they worship Satan. They're active Satan worshipers. So he said, once I realized it was a spiritual battle, he says, I won it in the spirit first, and then it manifested in the scene world, in the world we live in.
That's crazy.
And so he was like, once I realized he was fighting, he said, once I realized I was fighting Satan, it got real easy. I almost lost it. I said, this man just took me to church on this interview, but I just thought it was awesome that, first of all, he's now the because during this time when he's trying to I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but he's trying to beef up his army to combat MS-13. And during this time, MS-13 is like killing his like civilians. So they went and killed like 87 in 5 days. So, and they only have 6 million citizens. So I did the math, and that would be like 4,000. That'd be like if a gang killed 4,300 people in 5 days in America, just, ratio wise. And, he was able to basically make MS-13 flee from El Salvador, but also I just thought it was amazing that the next goal was to clean up the economy. Tucker Carlson's, well, how are you going to do that? He's like, I'm just going to see God's wisdom. I'm just going to put that first. And man, I got inspired by that, because if the president that has all these 6 million people looking to him for wisdom, looking to him for guidance, and he's going to God for it first before he tries to do anything on his own, I just think that's awesome. And that's something I think we could all implement in our lives.
Yeah, we could definitely tap into it. It's worth having the conversation, dude. These numbers are insane. Despite ranking among the most dangerous countries on the planet for a mere decade, Central American state today boasts a homicide rate of only 2.4 per 100,000 people, the lowest of any country in the Western Hemisphere other than Canada. For being the most dangerous for a decade to being the second least most dangerous.
Isn't that crazy? I thought it was. I did some research too. So I'm like, hold on, bro. There's no way. But no, this is real. This is real. I just thought it was awesome. If you haven't seen that, go watch that interview. It's like an hour long, but the first like 30 minutes is pretty crazy. It gets pretty intense.
That's the best way to consume media now, I realize, though.
Yeah.
I think that's why those like long hour shows, I think that's why radio still works to a degree.
Yeah.
Because we're not ESPN. We're not like, nothing wrong with those places. They have their role, but it's like, all right, finals, Chancellor Brewington, give me 30 seconds and we'll go to break.
Yeah, and I'll try to like come up with the most controversial clickbait topic there is.
But then it's my turn, and then I get 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and then it's person number 3, and they get 30 seconds. And it's just, there's a forum for it.
That is true.
But I think I always go about it, but I think people seek the genuine conversations more now than ever. So you get the Tucker Carlsons, you get even like a Joe Rogan.
Right.
There's a bunch of other big people out there. Whoever you like to listen to, it's just a better way to do it, I think.
Yeah, and like you said, it's kind of like reading a book. It just adds a new perspective, and especially if you like learning. Like me, I like learning stuff. I enjoy expanding my knowledge about things, just little things. Like I'm the type of dude that would just like come in with I'll just like tell my friends like little facts.
Oh, you that guy?
Like I'm just that like I was watching Animal Planet the other night, and I was watching how hyenas, they are 2 times more successful at hunting than lions.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what that'd be. Probably because group work. They work together better. Well,
they can get up to in packs of 80, but like they're like one of the most intelligent. Like
I hope you're scoring with a pack of 80.
Yeah, right.
You better bring something home.
Right, but they're like, and then they have like one of the strongest necks in the, that elongated neck, and they have like one of the strongest necks in the Sahara Desert. So
you do seem like you'd be an Animal Planet guy.
Yeah, I am. I'm a nerd. I could keep going. But yeah, that's my quarter century wisdom. Yeah, seek God's wisdom, and then also I'm gonna keep saying it because I feel like I should, and I feel like we should always say this to our viewers and listeners, just to start off every show, is just keep believing in yourself.
Oh yeah,
keep believing in yourself. Keep dreaming. Keep striving. Keep thinking big.
And get home safe.
Yeah. It just got dark. It just got dark real quick.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be too bad. If you're out there driving, you probably heard the weather announcements over the airwaves that took over already. But I think like the most we're looking at, penny-sized hail, maybe worse. But yeah, just be careful.
Hail.
Enough to do damage.
Enough to do damage?
I would, depending on, when I see penny-sized hail, it just takes 1/4 size hail to hit you. Because those are all just such like rough estimates.
Right.
Like for the most part, yeah, that's what the size is, but you're going to have some stragglers that are way too big or way too small.
Yeah, brother.
You just don't want to be outside for that one that's way too big.
Oh yeah. Let's make sure everyone get inside. I see the speed of the cars is picking up a little bit. They trying to get home.
You can always tell when it's about to go down.
But yeah.
Find a convoy if you can. That's the best way to get through bad weather.
A convoy?
Oh, you've never done the convoy?
I'm not familiar.
I feel like that's pretty familiar. Well, the convoy is basically, it's like bad weather boys. Someone's taking the front, and we're all just going to convoy across.
Oh, okay.
This long road trip together.
Okay.
So like you can make sure you can see your headlights,
rear
lights. That you convoy it in bad weather.
Okay.
This doesn't feel like convoy weather, but
Right.
if it gets like that,
It could.
Yeah,
It could. I already
You
see
get
the I already
convoy.
see the droplets. Yep. You see how they walking a little faster right there?
Yep, every little bit of
Yep.
pip in the step here.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it. I am not mad at it.
It's just been a wild start of summer and spring for weather.
Yeah, it has.
I know I
It
talk
has.
about it too much, but it has been kind of like unreal this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait. But when we come back, we will have a special guest here.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be we're calling it Wellness. What are we calling it? Warriors Within Wellness. I'm sorry. We gotta get this right. Warriors Within Wellness Tips. WWW with Debbie Thomas. And yeah, we're gonna go to break right now.
We got a little bit of time left.
We got a little bit?
Yeah, just like because I don't want to go break too early. We'll go to break about 20 mark, and then that way Debbie Thomas still gets a full 25-minute segment, full floor for her.
We could talk about, Celtics, of course. They go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
They go ahead and do it. I got plenty of text messages, plenty of calls from some Celtics fans, and
surprised at all or no? I mean, this is the way I felt like it was going.
It's just the way. Oh, you talking about the calls or the way they won?
The Celtics just winning it, period, last night. Like, you could try to fight about the calls, but I mean, it's pretty clear to me Celtics was the better team.
Yeah, they're the best team in the league. The only team that could have, contested it was probably the Nuggets.
That's what I keep thinking. It's right. It's got to be the Denver Nuggets, right?
Honestly.
Because I think they dismantle the Timberwolves. I think they find a way to do it.
Nuggets or Lakers?
I need to find a way to get the Lakers in there.
I'm just saying, or Nuggets or Warriors, maybe. I'm trying to think of someone with some star power.
It's to me, it's like the West just cannibalizes each other so much. You could argue it's like one of the easiest paths to the finals, but they also, you lose 21 games all year, kind of the playoffs. You're probably going to get there regardless.
Yeah.
The West just like that's the thing going for you for the East is like you might not even have to play the Nuggets. You might get the Mavericks, who just don't match up well. Like they made it all the way to the finals, but it's really stopped Luka. You kind of figure it out. The Nuggets, it's a lot more nuanced than that.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the Celtics next year too. A lot of the people think they're going to be in cap space hell. They'll be able to reload. And then you're just waiting for who's on the other side. Which team out of the West do you think makes a push?
I mean, I like the way the T-Wolves is going. I like what I saw, but they still they need more production out of Cat. They need a little bit more offensive production out of Gobert. I don't know if you're ever going to get that.
No, I think that turnaround fader, I just won't get that. That was like the peak highlight. Like you can definitely defensively, he's still like a huge asset to have. But yeah, and then when you come to the East, you got to remember you got the Bucks coming back. They'll be healthy. The Knicks will be healthy.
Yeah.
Pacers are building something. Looks like Siakam wants to stay. So I still think probably the Celtics next year, but it will be interesting. Any chance that the Bucks come back with vengeance?
Yeah, I mean, you never want to count Giannis out for an MVP, for an Finals MVP. I mean, he's solidified his name in the history books. It's just as far as how, I mean, it's first year with him and Dame.
Mm-hmm.
You're always gonna have them growing pains, but Dame is getting up in age, and Giannis is even getting a little bit older. Not to say he's old.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
might
getting towards his prime though.
I mean, he might
How old is he now?
Might get 30 or 31, maybe 29, 28.
I think he's got to be upper 20s. Yeah, 29 years old.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like he's like out of his prime.
No,
by no means, but
just injury concerns is the only thing.
Yeah, I got about 3 more years in that sweet spot area. It'll be interesting to see because he's always evolved his game. He's always evolved his game. He's always kind of every year you kind of see Giannis. Oh, he has a little jump shot now. Yeah. He got a little 3-point shot.
Well, he conquered his free throws in the NBA Finals, which was insane.
Yeah,
I've never once seen a player that'd be like Shaq in the middle of the NBA Finals. We're doing hack Shaq. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna hit like 80% from here on out. Good luck.
Yeah, no, he's a different breed. He's a different breed. Maybe there's some cap space for him.
Yeah, they got an interesting spot because the Bucks will definitely feel like they have to add something.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on Damian Lillard as much as like, even though I always say it's one of my favorite players, like the fit just doesn't seem like it's working too well.
Great player.
Yeah, Drew Holiday would have been better though. That's what you need. You need more offense, but you couldn't. You needed. It made sense because you need more offense, but at the sacrifice of like one of the key matchup guys you can have in postseason play into Drew Holiday, like his stock market just shot through the roof because he went to the Bucks, got a ring, and now he went to the Celtics and got a ring. Like, he's clearly a big part of both of those rings.
Yeah, Dame is he's a liability on defense.
Yep.
And people exploit that. And with the guard heaviness of the league right now, how everyone who plays guard can kind of score.
Oh, yeah.
Every point guard on most teams can get you 25 or 30.
Is there a point guard in the league right now that can't? That's in a starting position? Like, there really
starting point guard.
Yeah. Like, we're just loaded top to bottom. Point guards is such a loaded class.
Yeah, I think of like the Jalen Brunsons. I think of even the Tyrese Halliburtons. Like, he can get you 25. I mean, old man Chris Paul can get you 30. Like,
you might be able to throw Rondo in there and get you 20 assists. And, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, the league, the was the backcourt of the league. The backcourt of the league is
backcourt of the guards is insane.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there with some of the best we've seen. And speaking of that, Jaylen Brown winning Finals MVP. Where do you put him as a 2 guard?
Amongst all the other guards in the league right now.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
Because is he like the second best 2 guard?
This is the he's paid like one of the best. He's probably still not the second best to me. He might be.
Saying.
But it's crazy. Like, the Celtics are kind of paving this road. It's like, you just need to pay high value for the best role players. And you don't necessarily need you don't need even a top 10 player. Because would you say Tatum or Brown are top 10 players? You could probably name 10 other guys you'd get before them.
Okay, let's go 10 other guys before Tatum.
Okay, and this is in no order.
Luka.
Yep, Luka, Jokic. You're gonna
Giannis.
You're gonna take Giannis. You're gonna
Kawhi.
still take Steph. You're gonna take. Yeah, I'd probably still take.
I'll take Kawhi,
assuming they're healthy.
Yeah, Kawhi.
We'll take Kawhi.
Steph.
LeBron. I'm still taking LeBron James.
You taking AD?
Yep, I'm gonna take AD.
Embiid. Oh, he's the MVP.
Yep, I'll take Embiid.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot we're not doing the injury thing. That's why I was hesitating. Ant's right there on the same plan.
Okay.
That's where I get to the same plan.
KD.
Give me KD.
Okay.
Paul George. Give me Paul George.
All right, we just did it.
Yeah. And then, like, that's the crazy part with the Celtics is, like, those guys are regarded as definitely some of the best, but you really just killed everybody with role players.
Yeah.
Because we're
just got a great structured team.
Yeah.
Yeah. With great coaching.
Shout out Joe Mazzulla for taking over that roster. Udoka, you feel bad for Udoka for building that foundation. Obviously, some things went awry there, and then you get Joe taking over, but they get a ring out of it. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they finally get to hoist the trophy after falling short in the Eastern Conference Finals so many times in a row. But don't go anywhere because we will have Debbie Thomas for Wellness Warriors Within Wellness.
Warriors Within Wellness.
Warriors Within Wellness, WWW. That's going to be the next segment. We'll be joined by Debbie Thomas. Like I said, don't go anywhere. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington? The host is always to my left. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery presents 5 reasons the dollar bill is so great. First, it's always there when you need it. You can always find one folded up in your pocket just waiting to get you out of a jam. Second, it's humble. It doesn't strut around like a 50 or 100 waiting for people to compliment it. Third, it works hard. Whether you need more money for a tip or extra detergent at the laundromat, a dollar bill sure comes in handy. Fourth, it beats lugging around 100 pennies. And fifth, you can use it to buy a Lotto America ticket from the Nebraska Lottery. Lotto America only costs $1. It has a $2 million starting jackpot with drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And you can add the All-Star bonus for an additional $1 to multiply any prize won. So visit a Nebraska Lottery retailer today and buy a Lotto America ticket. Sounds like someone tried to pay with 100 pennies. So sad.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade, brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a bow. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska. Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join in, Starter Heyman text line still open to you, 402-464-5685. Before we get to our guest here on the Allo VIP line, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. Again, quick programming notes. We got the Royals. They will be going on at 7 o'clock. No College World Series game on the airwaves as that got postponed for tomorrow. That'll be an early game. So again, they'll have 3 games pretty much back-to-back there to catch up with the postponement of tonight's game. Without further ado, though, I'll throw it to Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. And Chancellor, who do we got calling in tonight?
Yeah, we got our segment Warriors Wellness Within, I believe we called it. And we got Debbie Thomas in. How are we doing, Debbie Thomas?
Doing great from sunny Texas, waiting for my grandson to be born. How are you?
I love it.
waiting.
I love it. So
Yeah.
did we come up with a name? Was it Warriors Wellness Within or Warriors Within Wellness?
I think that, Warrior Within Wellness. Just
Okay,
because
Warriors
there's a warrior
Within
all of
Wellness,
us.
where we
Yeah.
where we get health tips, where we learn about things that will help us just optimize the human body. So today,
Yeah.
what do we have on the health plate today?
Oh, I'm so excited about this show. It's really something near and dear to my heart because I preach about it to everybody and nobody wants to listen. So I'm glad that you're going to listen. Okay. So I mentioned last week that I had that book on back order and it showed up here in Texas on Friday. So I haven't finished it yet. It's quite a large hardback book by Dr. Catherine Shanahan. It's called Dark Calories, and it's how vegetable oils destroy our health and how we can get it back. And just real quick, Dr. Shanahan, she is the nutrition gal for the LA Lakers. She only works with elite athletes, and she has another book called Deep Nutrition that's on the New York Times bestseller list in years past. So she's very accredited. So it really just covers something that I've already researched and shared with a lot of my clients is the damaging effects of seed oils and how they chemically oxidize and how they are created. I think people don't really know this, and they don't know that 30% of our calories in a daily range of your average American citizen comes from seed oil. So 30% of the calories that you consume daily comes from seed oil, and 80% of all packaged foods in the United States contain seed oil. So that's box canned. Yeah, so box, canned, frozen, packaged. You can pretty much say that 80% of those have seed oils in them.
That is amazing. I mean, that's not amazing, but that's actually devastating.
It's amazingly bad.
Yeah, that's devastatingly amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do seed oils come from?
Yep, funny you should ask. So that's one thing that I think I've learned mostly from this book so far, about halfway through it, is like how is seed oil processed or made? Because I knew that there were chemicals in it when they process it, and that's where it becomes a carcinogen,
right,
and can cause cancer. So they go gather all the seed oils from the crops, or the seeds, and they put them in the back of a big old truck, and they ship them over by trucks to a factory. They dump them into like 300 yards of metal tubing. So remember, heavy metals is usually a component of cancer too. So there's lots of heavy metals in what I'm going to share with this. They stick them in metal vats, and they cook them for like 400 to 600 degrees. And then they crush the seeds to expel the oil with these metal screws that all have lead and different things in it that we should never have in our body, right? So you got to think some of that's getting into the oil.
Mm-hmm.
It presses the oil out. And then this is where it's just insane. It goes into a solvent treatment chamber, and it's rinsed with hexane. Hexane is one of the ingredients in gasoline, and hexane is also something I'm very well aware of. In Colorado, where I live, they do a lot of fracking, and fracking releases hexane into the water, into the air, which is another carcinogen. So literally they're using hexane along with 13 other chemicals that they bleach and wash and extrude these to get that a certain amount of oil out of the seeds. And then it becomes a crude oil is what they've extracted. And that particular part of that crude oil, which is considered not to be of human consumption, they send to pet food factories.
Oh my gosh.
So it's in our pet foods because they don't want to lose any money here. And then the rest of it goes on to another section in the building of it's like a refinery. They degum it, they de-wax it, and they deodorize it. So now we're talking things like chlorine, a little bit of bleach, some of the things they do to our vegetables, lots of other solvents and chemicals that now it's exposed to. And the workers in there have to have hazmat equipment or gear on them when they're in that particular department. So it's a super intensive process. There's a bunch of steps. And that's really the basis of this book, because nobody knows the dark side of this industry. And just to kind of piggyback on that, the kind of crazy part too is that the seed oils were not around until the Industrial Revolution.
Oh, wow.
And that's when, so it was like in the 1970s, and that's when canola oil came out. Americans were consuming industrial oils, which were all of a sudden causing all of these inflammatory health issues. And in America, they told, the general population, and I can remember this, I'm 56 years old. I remember when butter was bad, you were not supposed to use butter. And a lot of history there as far as like when it started, and it was produced in Canada, and then Canada spent $50 million to get the United States to buy into it. And there was a big story released in the 80s called The Great Canola for canola. And then you come to find out that the canola brand, or it's a word they came up with, is now owned by Bayer, which is Monsanto, who is the owner of Roundup, the weed killer, and glyphosate. So that's found also in canola oil. So it kind of all like blends together.
So
it's kind of a crazy.
Yeah. So if you were, let's say I have a dinner planned out tonight and I need something to cook with.
Yes.
Obviously we just learned about canola oil, and we learned about, all these different seed oils. What would be the best alternative?
Yes. Well, let's start with the bad one. So there's the Hateful Eight. So there's all these oils are the ones that you want to read your labels and look for. Okay. And they're many of them are like, oh, these are so good for you. The, general population thinks these are good because that's what we've been fed through media. So the Hateful Eight are corn, canola, cottonseed, soy, sunflower, grapeseed oil, rice bran, and rapeseed. So rapeseed is actually a form of canola oil, and people don't know that. And then we get into the delightful dozen. So there's really 12. I mean, you got more good ones to choose from than bad ones, right? And it's kind of like, what did my great-grandmother cook with, or your great-great-grandmother, right?
Right.
They used tallow, beef tallow. So like the fat from a steak, tallow, they'd keep it in a little coffee can next to the stove. Grass-fed butter, extra virgin olive oil. You want it unfiltered, unrefined. Coconut oil, unrefined avocado oil, ghee, which is kind of a darker yellow looking butter. It's just clarified butter is what ghee is. That's what I like to cook with. Sesame oil, bacon fat. I mean, everybody in the South still use bacon fat, right? Like that's a thing. And then chicken fat and lard is the last one. So those are really easy. A lot of those things are not expensive, and they're easy to find and to have on hand, as opposed to these other, seed oils that were never meant to be digested. And one other little fact, Chance, that I wanted to share, because I shared with this with you on the phone, and I know it blew your mind away, but I didn't even know this. So one serving of French fries, if you go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse or you go to McDonald's, doesn't matter if you buy a $1 box of French fries or a plate of, $50 French fries at the finest restaurant, if it's cooked in vegetable oil, it's as toxic as smoking 24 cigarettes to the cells of your body as far as being cancer causing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And once they introduced seed oils during the Industrial Revolution, we then saw astronomical rates of 3 diseases: obesity, diabetes, and cancer, all linked to inflammation. And these seed oils oxidize and they cause inflammation in the body. And it's the root cause of those 3 main diseases.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if, just knowing how the pharmaceutical industry works, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these oil companies, these seed oil companies, are from these big companies, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, and I just said, so Bayer / Monsanto. Bayer
Monsanto.
aspirin.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So Monsanto is the weed killer, and Bayer, they partnered a few years ago. So Bayer is one of the biggest, drug manufacturers. So they're together, and they actually trademarked the canola name. So they've cornered that market. And they're the ones that do not want you to know that butter is really actually good for you. And another thing, I have so much to say on this, so I'm trying to get so much in, of course, but it's also another thing I learned from this book, which makes so much sense. But doctors don't tell you, hey, stay away from seed oils, because they're not taught that in medical school.
Right,
you have to remember,
right.
a lot of med schools are tied to the pharmaceutical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they they don't speak to this as an issue or a root cause or tell you to read the labels, or that there's oxidative related diseases such as cancer, diabetes, obesity, and hey, you should, cut out your seed oils. And it's also proven that eliminating seed oils right now in 2024 is the single best thing you can do for your health next to cutting out alcohol or smoking.
Wow.
So if you, I don't smoke or drink, right? So if I'm cutting out seed oils, that's for me, that's the best thing I can do. And I challenge people because on these little shows that we do, Chance, I always give you the bad stuff, but I want to give the good stuff and say that you should try it for 2 weeks and cut out as many seed oils as you can. Read your labels, try to cook at home more.
Yeah, try to cook at home because the oils that they use outside of fast food and even good restaurants is probably canola oil or vegetable oil, if I'm not wrong, right?
You're 100% right, and it's so sad because I don't like to eat out a ton, but some of my favorite places do use seed oil, and I'm like, well, I can't go there, and I don't feel good after I eat there. I'm like, I like the food, but I don't start not to feel good. One of the only ones, and it is my favorite restaurant of all time, and there's not one that close to my home. There is one here, and you and I went here in February, but True Food, Dr. Andrew Weil, he made a point to make sure that all of his food was organically grown and they do not use any seed oil. So they're cooking with things like, I know he uses unrefined olive oil and then coconut oil and then ghee to cook with. So yeah, I think people just need to know that the food industry, just like the drug industry, is there to make a profit, and they're there to trick you and hook you. And I can't believe how many homes of clients I've gone into and seen a plastic bottle of canola oil that when I look in their pantry and they say do an overhaul, I'm like, yeah, or the spray Pam, right? And I'm just like, oh my goodness, you don't understand this. So back to the Industrial Revolution, that original canola oil, right, which was a targeted name because it came from Canada. That's how they invented it. Was Canadian oil, so they made it into canola was the name. But why it came out in the Revolution is because we were just shy of World War II, and the U.S. was making a bunch of ships and steam engines. And this particular oil, I think I told you in the last show at the end, it was used as a lubricant in factories. So they use it for parts of ships and steam engines because this oil sticks to wet metal. And so it became, so if you can even imagine this was an industrial oil like you'd put in or on a car. And then they decided to kind of change it out a little bit, but still use that same oil, throw some chemicals in there, some solvents, press it more, and then put it on every table in America and tell us all that butter's bad and this is good. And that was the big switch. And Canada spent $50 million to do that. And then these doctors started realizing, okay, this is full of polyunsaturated fats. It's causing heart disease. It's causing cancers. Mm-hmm. And it's the American food system and the FDA and all the powers that be didn't want to retract and say, oh, now butter's good. And now we finally have people that are realizing root causes and saying, okay, what are we putting in our body? I always tell my clients, you don't put milk in the engine of a car, you put gas. Well, if you're eating seed oils, that's like putting milk in the engine of your car. Your body can't run on that, especially this particular one, canola oil, which was an industrial oil. I mean, it's insane when you think about it. And I feel like if America was educated on this, people wouldn't be eating it if they care about their body. And another telltale sign is that it is not allowed in many other countries. They won't allow canola oil. Well, why do you think that is?
That's like the what I've heard is when you go to Italy or you go to all these different countries out east, the food that they eat, nobody's really obese there because the ingredients that they use, it's all, the bread that they use is all home cooked. There's no different type of, gluten and all these different things added into it.
That's very true. Yeah, they don't have the inflammatory response because they don't allow GMOs. They don't allow glyphosate. They don't allow the pesticides. So all those things get in our system and stuck in our cells and we get super sick, and they don't. So you can eat a pizza here that the dough is full of gluten and pesticides and all kinds of additives, so it's shelf stable. And you go over there and they make it fresh daily, and you feel like $1 million after you eat it.
Yeah.
You know, another big one is high fructose corn syrup. I mean, that's in everything here. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's really sad that we're supposed to be the wealthiest, country in the world, but yet we have the poorest health habits, the highest rates of cancer, and we're doing it to ourselves. Like people, my biggest thing is, you don't have to be perfect, but please be an advocate for your own health. Do your own research. Don't just listen to the masses because it's probably incorrect information, but really read every label and see what am I putting in my body every day, and notice how your body feels after you eat something. Like, do I feel good? Do I not feel good? And so.
Yeah, that was amazing. On the next segment, I want to ask you a question. I'll prepare you right now.
Okay.
The emotional side to your health. I know we can go all day on this, but I just want to just a couple points. I just want a couple points on this next segment.
Okay.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and throw it to break here. We'll keep Debbie Thomas on the line. Again, for the segment Warrior Within Wellness. If you don't go anywhere, if you want to join in, 402-464-5685, Starter Heyman text line. But like I said, we'll keep it rolling here on Ticket Weeknights. Don't go anywhere.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Are you looking to upgrade your farm equipment? You're in luck. Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, recently dropped its prices on select late model tractors, combines, planters, and sprayers. Trade in your old equipment today and get never-before-seen discounts that can save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to upgrade. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Join now, online or at your local PF Club.
See Home Club for details.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking. Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
You know that dollar bill you've got stuffed in your wallet, purse, or pocket? Give it a little respect because it could win you millions. Lotto America from the Nebraska Lottery is here, and it only costs $1 to play. It has a $2 million starting jackpot with drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. What's more, you can add the All-Star bonus for an additional $1 to multiply any prize won. So unwrinkle that dollar bill in your glove box and play today. Lotto America top prize odds 1 in 26 million.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host, as always, to my left. We got Debbie Thomas, Chancellor's mom, for Warriors Within Wellness segment, bleeding over into the third one as well. Last second comments, 402-464-5685. Like I said, we will have the Royals later in the day as soon as that game starts up. Pending rain delays, who knows with this weather ban how it's going across, but nonetheless, we still got Debbie Thomas on the Allo VIP line where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. So, Chancellor Brewington, I'll throw it back over to you.
Yeah, we got about 5 to 6 more minutes. The question I asked on the previous segment was the emotional connection with health. And so where should we go with this? We only got about 5-6 minutes. We can maybe leave this for next week or the week after that, but where should we go?
Okay. Yeah, I just jotted down a few notes because that is an area I'm super interested in and have kind of lived through that. I believe that everything's connected, mind, body, soul, and spirit. It's all encompassing and all has a cellular presence in the body, in everybody's body. And every organ, it's proven in Chinese medicine that every organ is an emotional chamber. So for instance, the lungs hold grief, the liver holds anger and resentment, the heart holds sadness and loss. And if you don't process those emotions in that particular organ, that organ then starts to fail and starts to become diseased and has issues. And there can be outside influences as well, but the emotional root of it is there and needs to be dealt with. And I believe, and I've proven in my own life, and my own healing journey, that the cells are listening to everything you say, everything that comes out of your mouth. Every cell in your body hears, and it also reacts to what you think about yourself, what you think about really your thoughts play into that. And there's 2 great Bible verses. As a man thinketh, so is he. That's probably the best verse I've ever heard. My mom gave me that book when I went off to college. It's played true in my life many times. And the other one is life and death resides in the tongue. You know, what we say, what comes out of our mouth really does matter. So the power of your thought, the power of your intention, the magnitude of your words. And I'll just give one example that's close to my own journey is cancer. So in order for cancer to even come on or into the body or be welcomed in or to multiply cells, you have to be acidic. One of the most things that makes you acidic, besides your diet, besides alcohol, red meat, all the different junk food, sugar, those all make the body acidic. But even trumping those foods put into the body daily, it is proven that what makes you most acidic is undealt with emotions. So you've got anger, resentment, grief, shame, and they're just harboring. You haven't dealt with it. You haven't processed it. You haven't worked through it. That makes the body super acidic. Now we are opening the door to cancer. So yes, I think that there's a huge emotional side to health. I think it's really probably, right up there with what you put in the body for nutrition to feed the body to keep it alive. But how are you dealing with your emotions? Because we're all going to have ups and downs in life, right? It's not all rosy. So we have to figure out how to process those emotions and not store them.
So is it safe to say, obviously exercise and eating well, but if you want to become physically healthy, do you first have to become emotionally healthy?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it goes hand in hand because physically we have to nourish and feed the body, right? The body's job is to stay alive. So the best way you can do that is to give it good nutrients. So I would say they go hand in hand, like 50% in each bucket, right? The emotional and then the nutrition. But I would say that, you could take the most pristine, athlete and put him in front of me. And if he is holding on to all these emotions and is super acidic in that area and hasn't dealt with his emotions for, the last 20 years or ever, that's not a healthy person because like I said in the beginning, it's mind, body, soul, and spirit. You have to put those all together. It's not just body. He's got one area cornered. That's a pristine athlete, right?
Right.
But there's still mind, soul, and spirit. And it's really why I named my business Soul Tender Wellness, because you have to deal with the soul before it's part of the wellness. So you have to deal with the inside before you get to the outside, what the issue is, the cancer tumor. Well, let's get to the inside and what caused it. And for me, a big part of that was emotions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm sure the listeners learned something tonight. If you didn't, I don't know if you was listening. So I appreciate you coming on. One last thing, where can they find you?
Oh, yeah. I have a website, soultenderwellness.com. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and always available. We ship out daily and always here to offer health advice, too. It's really something I just really enjoy doing.
Awesome. So you heard her here, Warriors Within Wellness. Find her at www.soultenderwellness.com. Appreciate you.
Yep, we'll put those in the podcast notes as well for everybody tuning in. But don't go anywhere. We got the Don't Punt Hour up next. Good morning, Pierce Snell will be joining me through the stream as always. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.